Music.com layout track.
Double entry system. For every business transaction, there will be two aspects. One is debit and another one is credit. Debit, in short form, we will write like this, and credit we will write like this. There is two rules is there, two types is there. One is traditional accounting rules we are following, and another one is modern accounting rules. So every transaction, for every business transaction, there will be two aspects. One is debit aspects, another one is credit aspects. Now we are going to discuss about the traditional accounting rules. Golden rules of accounting. Personal, real, nominal. Personal. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. That's the rule of personal. These rules applicable for the person or an artificial person. Artificial person means company. Example: Asha accounts, Amal accounts. These are natural persons, human beings, right? Lulu Center, A and J Sons account. These all are NBD, and T and B company, etc. are artificial person, that means company account. So company account and person accounts will come in personal rules. You got it? That debit the receiver and the credit the giver. Real accounts. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. This rule is applicable for all assets. You know what is assets, right? Example: cash account, building account, plant and machinery account, furniture and fixtures account, land and building account, stock, etc. So all asset, what all asset is comes in, it will be debited. If we are purchasing building that comes into the business, so it will be debited. If it's going out from the business, it will be credited. If cash is going out, it will be credited. Cash is comes in, it will be debited. Next we are going to discuss about the nominal accounts rules. Debit all expenses and loss, credit all incomes and gains. This rule is applicable for all expenses or loss, or income and profits. So nominal accounts, debit all expenses and loss, credit all incomes and gains. This rule is applicable for all expenses and loss, income or profits. Example: wages accounts, that's an expense, right? Wages is an expense. Salary account is an expense. Purchase is an expense. Sales is an income. Commission, discount, etc. This all will come here. So there are three main things there: personal, real and nominal. Personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit all expenses and loss, credit all incomes and gains. So this is very important. Three rules you should study, then only you can do the journal entry properly. Example: John started business with cash $100,000. John started business with cash $100,000. This is our John. Now John is investing money to the business, right? John is investing money to the business. Here John and business are two persons, two things. One is John and another one is John's company. You understood? That's business. Got it? So here John is giving money to the business. So here two things is that one is cash account and another one is capital account, cash account, and another one is John's capital account. Here cash is an asset, that is real account. Here cash comes into the business. That's why cash will be debited. That's why cash will be debited. John's capital is personal account. That's why John is a giver here. That's why it is credited. That's why it is credited. Once again, I will repeat this one. John started business with cash $100,000. Here cash is there and John's capital is there. Cash is comes to the business, right? And who is giving that one? John is giving that one. So John's is giver here. John's capital account is credit and cash is debit because cash is comes to the business. Cash is comes to the business. Here John and business is two persons. John and business, we are focusing on business only. Okay, that's why who gave this money? John gave this money as what? Capital. This money John gave as capital. You understood? So the journal entry will be like this. Cash account debtor to John's capital account, and the amount $1 lakh, you should write in a debit column also and the credit column. Here I will say what is the journal format. This is the journal format. Date, particulars, LF, debit and credit. Date means date of transaction, when it's occurred. That date you should write over here. And particular means this journal entry of this transaction you have to write. And you should write a short description about this, that being John started business. That is called narration. Narration is a short description about the transaction. And the first what we will write is debited and 2 will be showing as a credited. So here John is credited because John is giving cash to the business. Giving cash to the business. And cash is debited because cash is comes to the business. Cash is comes into the business. And the amount is same in that debit and credit amount. You have to write in a straight order here. I hope you understood. Just go through this. Next, opened a bank account. That means, or deposit into bank. Opened a bank account means you are starting a bank account. That means you are going to put some money into the bank and you will get an account, right? So open bank account and deposit in the bank both have the same journal entry. Journal entry have no changes there. Here two things, one is cash account, another one is bank accounts, right? Here you can see that cash is going to bank. Cash is going to bank. Got it? Cash is going to bank. And here bank is debited because bank is receiver. Bank is getting cash. Bank getting cash. The bank is receiver and cash is going out from the company. Cash is going out from the company. That's why cash goes out. Cash is an asset. That's it goes out. That's why it is credited. Now the journal entry will be bank account debtor to cash account. Bank account debtor to cash account. And narration will be being cash deposited into bank. Cash deposited into bank. You understood what I said? That is bank opened bank account or deposited into bank means their bank is receiving the cash and cash is going out from the company. Cash is going out from the company. So cash is going out from the company, and who is the receiver? Bank is the receiver. Bank is a person, that's why bank is a receiver also. That's why it's debited. You got it? Bank is debited because bank receiving money from company. That means from company what is going out? Cash is going out. You understood? Cash is going out to bank, right? So it's going to bank. So that's why journal entry will be bank account debtor to cash account. Bank account debtor to cash account. Withdraw or taking cash from bank for office use, $8,000. That means we are taking cash for office use, for the purpose of office. For our official purpose, we are taking cash from bank means it is just opposite of depositing. It's just opposite of deposit. Withdraw means we are taking. Okay, it's just opposite of depositing. Here also the things, first one is cash, next one is bank. Here one is cash and another one is bank. Here cash is debited to bank account because here cash is comes to the business, and who is the giver? The giver is bank. Bank is credited because bank is the giver. Here you can see the bank, right? And here the business also, you can see the business. Now the cash is going to where? Going to business from bank. So who is the giver? Here bank is the giver. Understood? Cash is comes to the business, that's why it is debited. That's why it is debited. And bank is credited because bank is giving. Under personal account, it's here bank is a giver. Bank is a giver, that's why it is credited. Bank is credited, cash is debited. The journal entry will be like this: cash account debtor to bank account. Cash account debtor to bank account. B, cash withdraw for office use. Because of the office use, that's why its cash is coming here and bank is coming here. If it's office use, next we are going to discuss about personal. Yes, withdraw or taking cash from bank for personal use by owner. You know, owner is taking money for his personal use. That means 10,000 or how much amount, 50,000 something amount is there. He's taking that amount. That will be deducted from his capital account later. That will be deducted from his capital account. At final account time, when we are preparing final account, we will deduct it. We will subtract this withdrawal, personal withdrawal amount from capital account. So here, this is the owner, right? This owner, and this owner is taking money. That's why it is called drawings. Owner is taking money, then it is called what? Drawings. The money or anything, then it's called what? Drawings. Now he's taking cash, right? From this bank, he's taking cash for his personal use. That's why drawings account debtor to bank. Drawings account debtor to bank. Now cash is going towards the owner. Drawings debited because drawings is under a personal account, and here who is owner is taking, right? Owner is a person, so that's why he's a receiver. That's why drawings account is debited. That's why drawings account is debited. Here bank is credited. We already discussed that bank is credited because bank is giving money. Bank is giver. Bank is here giver. That's why bank is giving money. That's why it is credited. When bank is giving money, credited. You should understand always. Okay, the same thing last day, last slide also you studied the same thing. This also same thing. They both have bank is the giver, but here drawings is coming because owner is withdrawing cash for his personal use. The journal entry will be writing like this: drawings account debtor to bank account. Drawings account debtor to bank account, being withdraw cash for the personal use. That is the narration for this. Narration is very easy, that you can write the same question as a narration, not a problem. Okay, now amount and everything else you can write it like this: debit, credit, everything. Yes, I told you date, particulars, LF. LF means ledger folio. Ledger folio. That means it's the number, the page number of the ledger. These all accounts, this whole journal, we will classify it into ledger. That means separate account will be there for drawings, separate account will be there for cash, separate account will be there for bank. So there will be number will be there for this, that number will show here. For us, it's not a big thing right now, because for us studying for purpose, here we are not writing any ledger folio number. So that's not right. We are just drawing a column, but we are not writing on that. Next, we are going to discuss about the withdraw or taking goods from office for personal use. Just before we took cash, right? Just before we took the cash from office for personal use. By personal use in the sense by owner is taking, right? Here, withdraw goods from office for personal use, $5,000. That means 5,000 is the worth of that that we withdraw, that we took for personal use. You should understand that when a person, that owner is withdrawing money for personal use, then it will be, then that will be drawings. It will consider as was drawings. So he is the owner, right? Yes, this is a company, right? So drawings will be there because owner is withdrawing, that's why drawings will be coming. And next one, stock or purchase, because goods is going, right? It's goods is going, that's why it came purchase or stock. Yeah, this is the stock or purchase. He is taking this from for his personal use, right? So the journal here, drawings will be debited because he is getting or receiving that amount, that goods. That's why drawings here debited, and purchase or stock is credited because goods or stock is an asset. You can take it two way. Here we are taking his goods or purchase as an asset that is going out from the stock, that's going out from the stock. So here goods is going out, that's why it is credited. So journal entry will be drawings account debtor to stock or purchase account, drawings account debtor to stock or purchase account. The narration will be same like what, withdraw goods for office for personal use, withdraw goods from office for personal use. That's very important. That will be the narration. Same question you can write as a narration, and amount should be right in each column, the debit and credit column. Here drawings, I told you before also, the personal use, the owner is withdrawing money or money's worth, that's not a matter, that all things is called drawings. Withdrawing by owner, withdrawing by owner, withdraw by owner, then it's called a what, drawings, right? Anything that it should it can be cash or it can be goods, anything. Next we are going to discuss about the purchase. What is purchase? Purchase means buying goods and service for cash. Purchase means buying goods and service for cash. Purchase account is a nominal account and it is an expense, so it will be debited. And same time, purchase account is not only nominal account because goods comes in. When purchase, it will be taken asset also. When purchase, that goods comes in, so we can consider it is as a assets, that means real account also. Example, purchase goods for cash. Purchase goods for cash, that means for $500, $5,000 purchasing goods. Purchase goods for cash for dollar. How much is the amount? That's $5,000. That's not a matter. I am giving amount over here. It's not a matter. My amount will be different between different journal and everything. So just just to make you understand how it is. That's why this amount is not a big thing over here. Right now it's not a big thing, but in accounts it's very big thing. Okay, in account it's very big thing. Here purchase account debtor, and purchase account will be debited because as per nominal account is an expense, that's why it's debited. Or we can say what, it is an asset, the goods comes to the business, like that also. Both way it is correct. That's debited because the goods comes in, or it is an expense. Okay, and to cash, what is happening? Cash is going out. When we purchase anything, you are paying cash, right? You are paying cash, so cash is going out from you or out from the business. That's why cash is credited over here. When cash is going out, it will be credited. So journal entry will be very easily, you can write purchase account debtor to cash account. Purchase account debtor to cash account. Here cash is going and goods is coming. And one more very important things here, that is purchase goods. Here we don't know what kind of goods it is, so the name of goods is not mentioned. That's why we are writing here purchase. That's why we are writing here purchase. Here purchase goods, because why we are, some students will make confusion because purchase goods, here goods is there, so why you didn't write the goods account debtor? Because goods, we don't know the name of the goods what we purchase. So that's why we are writing, when they purchase goods, you should think that you should write not goods, but you should write purchase. You should write purchase account. Understood? Please, purchase account debtor to cash account. Yes, cash is credited because cash is going out. Cash is going out and goods comes in. Goods is coming inside, right? Come to the company. That's why it's debited to cash. So now we got this one, and being purchased goods. That's the narration for this journal. Okay. Purchase machinery. Purchase machinery. Purchase machinery for cash. $52,000. Okay, I told you, this amount is not a matter for you, but the things how to write the journal. That's only we are focusing here. Now here, two things is there. First one is what? Machinery, right? Machinery. Machinery is an asset. You know that. And it's a real account. It comes to the business. Purchase machinery means machinery is coming to the business, right? Machinery comes to the business. Second one is cash account. Here, when machineries comes, we are paying cash, right? We are paying cash. So cash account is also there. This cash is going out. That's why it is credited. So it's very easily we can write machinery account debtor to cash account. Machinery account debtor to cash account, because cash is going out. At the same time, machinery is comes in. Machinery is coming in. That's why it is debited. It's purely what we can say real account, because the debit and credit is full account. What we are both in real account only, that is asset is coming and asset is going. What the asset is coming? Asset machinery is coming. Same time what we are giving out, cash is going out. That's a very important thing. Machinery is an asset here, we know that, and cash also asset. So our journal entry you will write like this, that machinery account debtor to cash account. That amount you can write 52,000 in debit and credit. Credit purchase. What do you mean by credit purchase here? Credit purchase means purchasing goods without paying cash at the time of purchase. At the time of purchase we are not paying this amount. We just purchasing, and we will say to that supplier that we will pay the amount after some times. That is called a credit purchase. That's called what? Credit purchase. That's called credit purchase. That means we are not paying cash on the spot. We will pay the cash after some times. We will pay the cash, but not now. That is called credit purchase. So example we can write like this: purchase goods on credit from Tin and Company Limited. That means a supplier name I'm giving, Tin and Company Limited. Here we are purchasing from a company, right? That company actually we are not paying on time. That time we are not paying. We will pay later. So who is supplier? Supplier is Tin and Company Limited. You got it? So purchase goods is an expense, and you know that purchase is always debited. I told you last time also, the last slide also, purchase is debited. Purchase will be debited, and here cash will not come. Here what will come? Here supplier will come. That creditor or name of the supplier, that will be credited, because instead of cash we are writing the name of the supplier. We are writing the name of the supplier or creditor who gave these things. Understood? That's it. So as I told you before, this purchase can be a nominal also, can be in a real also, because purchase means asset is comes into the business. That's why you can take it as a real also, take it as a nominal. So it's not a matter, but always think that purchase is debited. Purchase is always debited. And here supplier is a giver. That's why supplier is credited. Supplier is a giver. That's why it is credited. It's a personal account. That's why it's credited. That's why it's. Now you can see over here that date, particular year, purchase account dated to Tin and Company company account. Here I wrote the name of the Tin and Company because the Tin and Company is the supplier of this. If the supplier, instead of that some other supplier, maybe the supplier name is not given, you can write supplier or you can write creditor instead of this, not a problem. If the supplier's name is given, you should write the name of the supplier. So that's it. That's the rule of credit purchase. Credit purchase means there will be no cash. Cash will be, purchase will be debited to, purchase will be debited to what supplier or creditor or name of the supplier, because under percentage we are not giving a cash to the supplier right now. If you are giving, it will be cash, but now we are writing, we are not giving. That's why we will put their name, we will write their name of the supplier for this transaction because of credit purchase, because we are not paying this amount.